Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another assembly. I hope you are all well. I know you've been working very hard this week 4 of this half term. I've seen lots and lots of your work on Google Classroom. I've been looking on your classrooms and I'm very impressed with the quality of your work again. So keep up that hard work, please. You're doing fantastically. And again, a big shout out to our teachers and parents as well for your support. I know there's a lot going on at the moment and you're all doing a fantastic job. So thank you very much. Today, in this short assembly, I wanted us to look at another value which is important. We're going to be looking at the value of consideration, something that we don't often think about on its own. And I think it's important we spend a little bit of time today just looking at this value and what it means. So we're going to start off with just looking at this question. And I want you to pause the video and have a think. What is consideration? Just have a moment to think about that. What is consideration? Now, hopefully you came up with some of these ideas. Consideration can be when you're thinking of others or helping others or maybe showing empathy. There's a big word there, empathy. What I'd like you to do is to pause the video again and go and check what that word means. Maybe talk to the people around you, either at home or in school. What does the word empathy mean? How does it link to the topic of consideration? Now, a question that I want you to think about again. Who should we show consideration to? Now, there's quite a few questions at the moment to think about, and then hopefully as we go through this assembly, a lot of these will be answered. So we've thought about what is consideration. Now think about who should we show consideration to? See if you can think of any examples of people that you should show consideration to. For example, you would show consideration to your family, for your friends, for your school, for your community, and for the world. So we've got the people that are close to home, people that you see every day, but also thinking about why we should be considerate for everybody in the world on a global scale. And we can think about that later, about how we can do that. So how can we be considerate? Really important that we do this. Developing empathy for others, that word again. Putting yourself in other people's shoes. So there's a quote there, which you may have heard many times. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So when you think about how you're treating somebody, there's 2 questions you can think of on the side there. How do they feel? How do you think they feel in that situation? And what would make them feel better? Now, it's really important that we remember that even within our community, within our small-ish community, which is Pickhurst compared to the world, we are all different and we all have different lives and pressures and backgrounds and situations that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis that maybe we might not be aware of. So for example, maybe there are people within our community that maybe don't have as much money as other people. So it's important that we are considerate of the people that are around us and how we might be different, because sometimes the differences between 2 people might explain how they may behave, or it may explain how they might treat others. But it also might explain how some people might react to different situations. So for example, there's a couple of examples there. Some people love it when it's their birthday. They love to show off all the things, all the amazing things they get, all of the amazing treats they have. But some people, they may not like to do that. And that's okay, because we're all different. But it's important just to be considerate of that. Maybe they're not being rude by not wanting to share that information with you, but maybe they're just nervous about sharing it because they might have a very different situation to you. So it's important we show empathy and understanding of other people and that consideration for them. And that line there is bold and underlined because of how important it is. Consider what you say carefully. And I said this a couple of weeks ago in one of our other assemblies about being careful about what we say, even if it's verbally or online. You've got to be very careful, because words hurt more than sometimes than physical things. You've got to be careful. Even if you type it, those things still affect people, whether it's via text or social media or on Google Classroom, for example. You've got to be very careful. Think before you speak. Make sure it's smart, because sometimes words can be hard to fix. And you've got that picture there, because someone might be very upset or hurt by what's been said. So consider what you say very carefully. It's very important. Now, good manners. What are good manners? I know you all know what good manners are, because I see it every day. And I know particularly in this school, it's always a treat to say good morning to everybody on the gate, because everyone has such lovely manners. But again, spend a little bit of time pausing the video, either in class or at home, and just talk to the people around you. What are good manners? How can you show good manners? And here's some examples for you to think about. I'm hoping you would have said most of these. Saying please and thank you, saying good morning to people, good afternoon. You said it to me all the time on the gate. Take turns, hold doors, offer your chair for people that may need it. Have good table manners, maybe help your family around the house with cleaning, smiling. It makes such a difference. I say it in the morning when you come through the school, through the gate in the school. Smile, say good morning, how are you? Ask people how they are. It makes such a difference if you say to someone, how are you? It shows you're being considerate and thinking of them. And one of the biggest things that we can do to show how we're being considerate to others, and sometimes the hardest, is to show that we're sorry, to apologize if it's needed. And it's, you know, it's a hard lesson for everyone, adults and children. But apologizing is important, because we all make mistakes. And by apologizing and doing it sincerely shows that we care about other people's feelings. So there's, you know, obviously the example, if you lose your temper with someone, because we're all human, it happens. We all get angry, we all feel upset, we all feel sad at times. By going to someone and apologizing that you didn't mean to hurt their feelings, that shows them that you thought about their feelings after that argument that maybe you've had, and you've shown consideration for them. It means a lot. It's not always easy though. So a few questions here again. When should we show consideration? Why should we do these things? Now, sometimes it feels a bit obvious, well, because we just should. But should we do it because we want to get a reward? Should we be kind because we want to be, do we want to gain something from it? Or should we do it because we just want to be better people? Sometimes it's hard, isn't it? But we naturally want to do things because sometimes you want maybe a sticker or a certificate, and we know that's what's going to get us that. But it's also good for us to do this because we want to. That's a really key thing. We want to be better people and the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So we should do these things because it makes people feel valued and loved and respected. Really important values there. They should not just be done for awards. So again, you shouldn't just hold the door open because your teacher might give you a ticket or a sticker, for example. You know, do it because you want to do it. And then if those lovely rewards come because of it, even better. But do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And then that's the best way of thinking about consideration. Some quotes here. I want you just to pause the video, have a look at them, have a think about what they mean, and maybe just talk to the people around you about which quote stands out to you and why. So have some time now, pause the video, think about these 3 quotes and talk about them with the people around you. Which one stands out most and why? For me, I like the second quote the most. A little consideration, a little thought for others makes all the difference. And it really does. You know, and you've got little Eeyore there from Winnie the Pooh, but we've got all of those things that by doing little things, all of us together, it will make the whole thing much better, much easier if we're considerate and more thoughtful for others. It really will make a difference. So as we approach the end of this video, I want us just to reflect, think about what we've talked about. There's a lot of questions in the assembly, so you might want to go back and have another thought on them. Maybe spend some time reflecting again, but think about how consideration as a value makes the world a better place to be, and how maybe you can be more considerate. How can you show people around you that you value them, respect them, and you want to show consideration for their feelings? It's really important, especially at the moment, again, us not being able to see our friends and family all the time as much as we would like at all because of lockdown. So how can we be considerate to them in other ways? How might we make their day? Even if it's a good morning, how are you? Or a phone call or a text message to your family. Think about how you might make someone's day by showing that you value them and you're thinking about them. And to end the assembly, there's a really nice video you can watch, and it's a song by Bruno Mars, and it talks all about being there for your friends, being reliable, showing that you care and you value them. And it might be just something you want to watch after this assembly. So you can type it into YouTube, maybe watch it with your family and your parents or carers or teachers in the classroom, and maybe then afterwards have a chat about why I thought it was relevant to this assembly. Okay, so hope it's given you some food for thought there, thinking about consideration and why it's important. I look forward to seeing you all again on Friday when we have our celebration assembly. Apologies, last week's assembly was a little bit late. It was quite a big assembly because all of your lovely photos, so it took a while to upload. But I'm going to try and get it by Friday lunchtime this week so that you can spend some time this week at home or in school looking at all of your fantastic work. So again, if you would like to send me any work for that assembly, please do. You can send any photos and emails and videos, sorry, to the SLT email address, which is slt@pickhurst.com, and they come directly to me. Then I can start collating them ready for Friday. So have a great week. I hope you have lots of great things coming this week. I know next week we've got lots of good things to look forward to as well, and I'll share that on Friday's assembly. So have a good rest of your week. Have a good day today. Enjoy your home learning if you're at home. Keep working hard. You're doing fantastically well, and keep up the great effort. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye for now.